For almost 150 years, the world has been searching for one impossible thing, a creature that may have never existed. You've probably seen it before, in textbooks, museums, documentaries, that mysterious figure standing somewhere between an ape and a human. People gave it a name, the missing link, a single fossil that would finally explain where we came from. Entire careers have been built searching for it, millions of dollars spent, thousands of expeditions launched across deserts, jungles, mountains, and caves. And every few years, the headlines return. Scientists found the missing link, then another, then another. But here's the strange part. If they found it so many times, why are they still looking? Maybe they weren't searching for the right thing. Imagine standing in Africa 7 million years ago. No cities, no roads, no humans, only endless forests, stretching beyond the horizon. Somewhere inside those forests lived a population of ancient apes, completely unaware that their descendants would one day walk on the moon. But here's what nobody could have predicted. That population was about to split, not into two individuals, not overnight, but into two completely different futures. One branch would eventually become chimpanzees. Another would eventually become us, which raises a question that has puzzled scientists for generations. If we share a common ancestor, where is it? Why hasn't anyone ever found the missing link? For more than a century, scientists searched across the planet, hoping the next fossil would finally answer the question. Africa became the center of that search, because somewhere beneath these rocks, our story was waiting. Every fossil they uncovered was treated like a message, sent across millions of years. Some discoveries made headlines around the world. Each one promised the same thing. Then, in 1974, came one of the most famous fossils ever discovered. Lucy. She walked upright, but she still climbed trees. She looked like she belonged somewhere between two worlds. Many believed this had to be it, the missing link. But then, another fossil appeared, older, different, equally important. Each discovery seemed to rewrite the story, and every rewrite created even more questions. Some species walked upright, yet kept climbing trees. Others had human-like teeth, but ape-sized brains. Nothing fit together the way scientists expected. The deeper they dug, the stranger the story became. Instead of finding one missing piece, they kept discovering entirely new branches. Imagine opening a 1,000-piece puzzle, only to discover someone had mixed in pieces from 10 different puzzles. That's exactly what human evolution began to look like. Confusing, messy, beautiful. And then, scientists made a discovery that changed the entire hunt. Not in Africa, not in a cave, but inside a laboratory. What they found would force researchers just to question everything they thought they knew. For decades, scientists believed the answer was buried underground. They were only half right, because some of the biggest discoveries weren't made with shovels. They were made with microscopes. Ancient bones still carried tiny biological clues, not enough to rebuild an entire genome, but sometimes just enough to rewrite history. Then, in 2026, another surprise emerged, not from East Africa, where scientists had searched for generations, but from the deserts of northern Egypt. Researchers uncovered an ancient ape called Masripithecus moghraensis, a name few people had ever heard, but one that could reshape the story of our origins. For years, East Africa had been considered the birthplace of our earliest ape ancestors. This discovery suggested the story may have begun much farther north, not because everything we knew was wrong, but because evolution keeps reminding us that the map is still incomplete. Then came another discovery. This one didn't change where we came from. It changed how we lived. For decades, scientists imagined ancient human species replacing one another. One disappears, another takes its place. Simple, orderly, predictable. Reality was far stranger. New research suggested different human groups weren't simply passing the torch. They were meeting, living together, having children, sharing genes. Our family history wasn't a straight line. It wasn't even a simple tree. It looked more like a braided river, separate for thousands of years, then connected again, over and over. Every time two populations met, they exchanged something invisible: genes, ideas, adaptations. Suddenly, the search for one perfect ancestor began to fall apart. Because evolution was never building a chain. It was growing a network. And then, scientists asked a terrifying question. What if the missing link was never missing? What if it never existed at all? For more than a century, people asked the same question. Where's the missing link? It sounded like the right question. It wasn't, because the question itself assumed something that evolution never promised. It imagined evolution as a chain, one species becoming the next, step after perfect step. Ape, half human, human, simple, comforting, easy to understand. There's only one problem. Nature doesn't work that way. Evolution doesn't follow a ladder. It doesn't build a chain. It grows like a forest. Every generation, and it looked almost identical to the one before it. No parent ever gave birth to a different species. Imagine watching a sunrise. You never see the exact second night becomes day, yet somehow morning arrives. Human evolution happened the same way, so slowly that nobody living through it could ever notice. There was never a first human, only millions of tiny changes accumulating, one generation at a time. That's why scientists stopped searching for one perfect fossil, because no single fossil tool could ever tell the whole story. Every fossil isn't the missing link. Every fossil is a link, a single frame from a movie that lasted millions of years. The missing link was never one creature. It was an idea that survived long after science moved on. The real story isn't simpler. It's infinitely more beautiful. Not a chain, not a ladder, but billions of lives crossing paths over millions of years. And just when scientists thought they finally understood that story, another discovery reminded them they were still reading only a few pages of an unfinished book. But the story doesn't end with ancient fossils, because evolution never stopped. It never took a break, and it certainly never finished. Most people imagine evolution as something trapped in the distant past. Dinosaurs, cavemen, ice ages, but evolution is happening right now. In 2026, scientists studied nearly 16,000 ancient human genomes, one of the largest studies ever attempted. And what they found surprised almost everyone. For years, Many believed civilization slowed evolution. Instead, the opposite may be true. Farming, crowded villages, new diseases created entirely new pressures to survive. The people whose immune systems adapted were more likely to survive, more likely to have children, more likely to become your ancestors, which means some of the genes protecting you today were shaped by battles. Your ancestors fought thousands of years ago. Think about that. Every heartbeat, every breath, every cell in your body carries echoes of a world that no longer exists. The forests where our ancestors climbed, the rivers they crossed, the diseases they survived, the choices they made. A part of all of it is still alive inside you. Maybe that's the biggest lesson the missing link ever taught us. Not because we found it, but because we finally realized we were asking the wrong question. The real question was never, where is the missing link? It was, how many stories have we lost? And how many are still waiting to be discovered? Every year, new fossils emerge, new technologies uncover hidden clues, old ideas are challenged, and the story of human evolution changes once again. Perhaps one day, someone will uncover another fossil, another genome, another forgotten ancestor. That changes everything we think we know. Not because it completes the puzzle, but because it reveals the puzzle was always bigger than we imagined. For 150 years, the world searched for one missing link. Instead, we discovered millions. Not one perfect ancestor, not one final answer, but an endless story written across stone, bones, and DNA. And somewhere beneath your feet, the next chapter may already be waiting. The missing link was never missing. We were simply looking for the wrong thing.